Tips for using tools that you don't need but you must know. Put 2 open wrenches into the street. Then cross it and jam the inner wall of the pipe. Then just rotate counterclockwise to remove the broken wire in the street. In case of forgetting the key, you may wish to use 2 open wrenches to add force together. You can pick the lock. Bite the 2 open wrenches into each other to clamp the nozzle. You can disassemble and install water pipe joints without managing money. Or wrap a rope around the street a few times to tie a knot. Then insert a screwdriver to tighten to form a lever. It can also be cleverly disassembled and assembled. The combination of the other 2 openings can also be used to disassemble and assemble small screws. When there is no special tool for changing the cutting blade. The nut on the winch can also be unlocked with a small opening and a screwdriver. When the plumb wrench is much larger than the screw head, an opening wrench can be inserted for adjustment. You can also find a few small screws and insert the screw along the groove texture in the wrench. It can also complete the snack adjustment. Turn the screw. Put a chain into the plum blossom wrench, which is a removable wrench that can be adjusted freely. It can help you unscrew the large screw instead of managing money. For large plastic water pipe fittings, then you can use the belt of the engine to match the wrench. The indentations inside the belt can well fit the vertical stripes on the surface so that they can bite each other and eat hard, facing narrow pipes. It is difficult for the wrench to catch the nut stably. In fact, you can put a piece of tape on the wrench to make it hold the nut. It can avoid the embarrassing situation of poor operation due to small space. Put a small screw in the plumb wrench. Then squeeze the heated and melted hot melt adhesive into the ring. After it cools and solidifies, it gets a convenient adjustment for first screwing. Screw! When you can't control the flow of the oil, you can put a spoon in the mouth of the oil can. Slowly drain with the help of the surface tension of the spoon to avoid oil overflowing the mouth of the pot. Facing the tighter spring, common tools are often difficult to fit in. In fact, you only need to use a rope with a flat gasket to easily guide the hook spring into the order. Without the tools to pull out nails, the movable wrench can be retracted. The movable slide at the back can replace the claw hammer to pull out the nails. It is difficult to turn the tire screws with a short wrench outdoors. Even feet don't help. You can actually move the car. Adjust the bolt to the lower right corner. Then align the groove in the middle of the jack with the wrench. Then just keep raising the jack. With the help of 1,000 caddies of force, the screws can be slowly loosened. Friends, let's take a look at some interesting life tips. After the iron nails penetrated the wooden board on the spot, ordinary people will smash the exposed tip directly flat. In fact, there are still security risks. The right thing to do is to bend the tip, then smash into the plank. Break the blade directly with pliers. If you are not careful, it is easy to bounce and scratch yourself. In fact, there is a special plastic part at the end of the tool hole. Use it to break it safely. In carpentry, it is easy to dent the surface of the wood with a hammer. We can remove the soft pads on crutches or other items. Attach it to the hammer. This situation can be avoided very well. When you need to punch holes in the gas block to install long screws, plastic expansion pipes like this are easily knocked and deformed and cannot be installed in place. Generally, experienced masters will use a screw to avoid head deformation. Prepare an unused scrap toothbrush with a dozen. Bake the head with a lighter until softened. Then plug it into the keyhole while it is hot, bring it up for cooling, and pull it out sharply after solidification. You can bring out the key that is broken in the hole when you need to stretch a clothesline outdoors. You can use the combination of plastic bottles like this to form a stable hairy point. Cut a length of hose of suitable length with a knife, and cut it in the middle to the opening and then fasten it to the board with staples. It can replace the clamp to help you fix the wiring harness. Use a knife to cut out 2 cloth bags of the same length and prepare a screw to fit into the gasket. Fold 2 cloth bags and fix them on the wall with screws and put a wooden board in the middle to make a foldable workbench. Not only is it very convenient to use, but also it does not take up space. In addition, if you fix a few more can caps on the back, then you can also classify and store some small screws and small parts under the workbench. Don't throw away the wet tissue packaging that is used up at home. We can remove the lid attached to the side of the plastic bottle. Draw the corresponding opening position with a marker and then remove the opening shape with a soldering iron or other suitable tool. And then there's a circle of hot glue around the edge of the opening. Stick the lid firmly again. This way you get a storage box that can store screws or some small parts. It will also be very convenient to use. These knotting techniques left over from the ancients. The last one is going extinct. So, the first airborne knot. We first fold the rope double under the stick and then fold the auxiliary rope back into the rope loop. Tighten the main rope. Then fold the main rope double and insert it into the rope loop. You tighten the secondary string again and you have a pick knot. The size of the finished rope ring can be adjusted at will. Very flexible. When items fall into narrow nooks and crannies, just wrap the item with a knot and tighten it to take it out easily. Even for picking fruit from the tree. Remember to like it and collect it. The second kind of pocket knot is simply tied with a rope ring and placed under the mouth of the bag. Pull out the secondary rope and go through the rope to form a pocket knot that gets tighter and tighter. Third suit pocket knot. Just lift the middle pocket. Repeat the knot twice. You can make it watertight. It won't spill even if it's tilted and shaken. The fourth is the bar knot that my 106-year-old grandfather told me. Wrap the rope around the wrinkles first, then cross and tie a single knot. Then separate the single knot from the middle to the sides. Set on the upper half of the object. Try to adjust both sides evenly. After completion, pull up the left rope head and fold it double. Wrap the right rope head around the folded double part and pull it out from under the rope ring, forming two large loops with uniform force. Such a lifting knot is safe and secure. No matter how many caddies, with this knot, two people can easily carry it away. The fifth type is the rope storage knot that my 80-year-old grandmother taught me. Just make a circle and make a slip knot. After tightening, put a reverse trap on it and tighten. This is a hanging storage knot. It doesn't take up space no matter where it hangs. The sixth type is to connect the thick rope and the thin rope. If you tie a knot like this, just pull it twice and it will open. You can fold the end of the thick rope in half first. Thread the string through the loop. You can pull the rope head out a little more, and then use the thin rope head to circle the thick rope. 2 laps, 3 laps, 4 laps. Pinch a live button and put it into this rope sleeve. Finally, just tighten it a little bit and tidy it up. It will get tighter and tighter. If the rope is broken, it won't break. The seventh kind of plastic bag, like this one, that can't be tied with your fingers. Well, there are tricks. First, fold the rope in half around the mouth of the bag. And you run the noose underneath the main rope. Then tighten the bag through the rope slightly. Remember not to pull too tightly. Then just grab the rope and pull it gently to the sides. The plastic bag can be automatically sealed. This knotting technique is both strong and fast. The eighth type, many people tie their pockets, like to tie a single knot first and then tie a live button. It's hard to tie tightly. It's more troublesome to unravel. In fact, the correct way to tie the knot is to fold the rope in half around the mouth of the bag. Fold one of the ropes in half through it. Tighten the rope as hard as possible. Fold the other rope head in half through the rope lug. Then tighten the front rope. Will be strong and firm. You only need to pull it lightly when you untie it. The ninth type of cloth corner slip knot pulls the cloth corner by hand. Fold the rope and put it in a circle under the corner of the cloth. You slip the corner into the loop to form a strong knot. To open it, just pull the end of the rope and it will open. The 10th kind of hanging mouth slip knot wrist is turned up. Pull out a noose. Twist the rope sleeve below. He pulls out a noose. Hang this noose on the hook under the car. While he's not paying attention, pull it a few times to tighten, and then you just wrap it around and lock it to firmly fix the goods. And finally, the ancient sliding ring joint. A strong zip-line buckle can be formed in just a few simple steps. It is very easy to use for fixing the swing board or lifting and binding. If you haven't learned it, remember to like it and collect it. Dear viewers, let's take a look at what interesting crafting skills Pigman has brought you. Without a dedicated lock. Using a movable wrench with an old-fashioned door lock can also have the effect of locking the car. Insert the syringe needle into the nozzle, then insert the gasket as a push switch. Finally, heat the needle red and bend it 90 degrees. This is not only convenient to operate. The spray of paint will also be more even. Cut off a small section of plastic glue stick with a knife, fix it in front of the ribs, insert a woodworking screw in the middle. And this combination is screwed onto the board, and it creates a strong support. Smash one end of the copper pipe. Grind the head into an arc with an angle grinder. Then punch a screw hole in the head with a drill. And then finally you saw off this little section and you get an emergency terminal block. When nails are driven into the board, nail heads tend to rise above the board. We can take a nail and lay it flat. First, knock the nail head into a flat head shape. This makes it easy to embed the wooden board to flatten the surface. Thread the 3 cable ties into 1 cable tie in turn. Then push it to the middle suitable position. Cut off the extra tail. Fold it in half down the middle into the hollow baffle hole. As long as the cable ties are tightened, a structure similar to an expansion hair bolt. This way, the water pipe can be well fixed even on the hollow plate. Fold the cable ties in half into the hole in the board. Hit another, then cut off the excess part and drive an iron nail into the middle to expand and tighten it. This also creates a pipe fixing point on the board. Fasten the 2 dish nuts together. Screw in a long screw in the middle in series. Then just put chains on both sides. Buckle it up again and lock it with screws. It's a very strong latch. Wrap the rope around the nail this way. A simple and effective fixation can be formed. And lastly, a classic topological intelligence without cutting the rope and damaging the existing structure. The ring can be easily separated through such a special winding method in the video. Now this isn't magic. It's using the geometry of space. Loophole. Pay attention to fixing the blade to the wooden board with the inclined hole. Be careful not to tighten the screws too tightly. Leave a little room for activities. Then pass the wire through the inclined hole to automatically peel off the wire can swing freely. At the same time, it will not hurt the copper core. Make a hole in the middle of the bottle cap. You saw it down the neck. Then attach the bottle cap to the lid with a screw cover gasket. On the back, screw on the nut to fix it, and a lid handle is made. Cut a few vertical cuts in the sponge with a knife. You attach it to a stick with a rubber band, and you get a cut brush that cleans your back. How to repair LED bulbs. You can pry open the protective cover after powering on the light bulb. Then use wires to lean against both ends of the lamp beads to do conductivity tests one by one. So the dead spot of no power can be tested very quickly. The graphite in the pencil provides a new conductive pathway, so that current can bypass the damaged part and reconnect it to emit light. If you are afraid to turn on the power detection, you can also clip 2 iron needles to the positive and negative electrodes of the button battery. The lamp beads can be detected without power supply. Fold the wire in half into the hole in the board, and then a sharpened branch. Then cut off the excess. This is a fixed locking device. It also holds the water pipe very well on the wooden board. If you feel that the comfort of the motorcycle is poor, you can use a wrench and a screwdriver to tilt up the shock spring, then adjust the shock absorption base below to the appropriate gear. It can be improved by adjusting the state of the shock absorber. Use red-hot iron nails to make small holes in the plastic bottle cap. Take another round scouring cloth and put it in the bottle cap. You put the balloon head on the cap so that the closure rope of the balloon can tie the bottle cap tightly. Then you cut the balloon with scissors and put it over the faucet. Put on a cable tie to fix it. It's a faucet filter that can swing freely. When you can't precisely control the oil output, you can heat and soften the bottle cap with a lighter. Then take a toothpick and slowly push it forward from the middle of the back to shape a protrusion. Then cut another hole to control the oil output very well. For bottles of paint, this bottle mouth structure is often inconvenient for frequent use. You can cut off the top half of the plastic bottle and put it on the mouth of the bottle. You can get a bottle mouth that is easy to operate. For bare wooden handle tools, you can wrap the rope like this to increase the friction between the handle and the fingers. This can avoid slippage during use. It also has a nice feel. Make a hole in the bottom of the bottle. Then use the drill to make 2 small holes in the middle of the bottle caps. They're put on the old inner tube valve. Put on the gasket and nut to tighten it. Then pass a hemp rope through the hollow valve. Then screw the cap back into the glass container containing the alcohol. And finally, you just screw on the glass bottle with the hole in the bottom, and you get a windproof alcohol lamp. Again, use the drill to make a hole in the cap. Then connect the flexible cable through the hole to the port of the bulb base. It is fixed to the wall with screws, and a light bulb waterproof cover can be installed in the bathroom or outdoor. Put the 2 nuts through the wire rope in turn and put them on the object. Put the other end through. Then just fold the accessory rope in half through the first nut. You can use the friction between them to make the nuts bite the wire. Lift the cylinder handle to the crotch and hold it in place by hand. Then stand on the bicycle pedal and compare your back to quickly adjust the seat height that suits you. Compare the connection depth of the hoe. Take the middle position and mark it. Drive 2 nails in front of each other at the mark. Then it is put into the hole of the hoe and hit with a hammer to squeeze the nail against the wood and expand. The wooden handle can be firmly installed. How to connect the battery cable without a cable rack. The wire head can be trimmed flat and the wire skin can be peeled off. Find a copper pipe, wrap the wire, knock it flat, clamp the wire, then put it on the post and then use the drill bit to hit a pair of windows in the middle. Install screws to tighten it. You get a simple and strong wire frame. A plastic hose is inserted into a wooden stick, and then you screw in a woodworking screw underneath the stick. Put the spray can on it and tie it firmly with a cable tie. Then screw in the screw diagonally above the spray can. Tie a rope to the head of the screw. The nozzle switch can be controlled by pulling the rope. It can be used instead of a ladder to work at a height. Stick half a plastic bottle over a wooden board. Heat it with hot air to form a flat shape like a wooden board. Then unscrew the cap. Wrap a few loops of electrical tape around the mouth of the bottle. Make it just fit the vacuum cleaner straw, and it can be used to clean the corner gaps that are not easy to fix the 8-character vine climbing frame in the vegetable garden. Just wrap a rope around the bamboo and loosen a little bit of the rope. It is best to use it when fixing dry wood on a tricycle with a rope. There is a large gap between the 2 kits of dry wood left by the ancients, facing the bumps in transit. It is very easy to fall off. The 2-lane joint uses the principle of pulley lever. It can tighten the gap of dry wood parts to the greatest extent. Make it tighter. Be careful to insert the polished wrench into the connector, and hit it with a hammer to make it stand up to the broken wire inside. You can take out the broken joint by turning it counterclockwise. Use an angle grinder to cut a gap in the middle of a section of metal pipe. Then weld the 2 nuts in the notch. The nut is connected to a long screw. Then insert a few small steel balls into the metal pipe. In this way, the shrinkage of the steel ball can be controlled through the screw. Take advantage of this property and jam it into a hollow gear and nut cap. By constantly hitting, you can slowly pull out the rusted bearing. Put a strong spring into the bolt. The screw is then soldered to a sheet of perforated metal. When done, screw in the nut at the other end of the bolt. Then fix the spring and nut by spot welding. You can then weld a piece of metal horizontally for extension, and you get a mechanism that rotates and resets. Then continue to screw in the nut at one end of the extension rod, welded firmly to another perforated piece of metal. Then stick it vertically to the door frame. Secure with screws along the metal sheet. A limit base is installed at this end of the extension rod, and you've got a door closing mechanism that's built up to bounce back. Use a hot fan to heat one end of the water pipe, soften it, and put another water pipe on. Shape it into a clamp shape to fit the water pipe. And then you've got the sprinkler cooling, you've got the perfect hose stand. Stick it in the vegetable patch. The water pipe can be fixed well even if there is no fixed point outdoors. Color steel tile roof is prone to rain splash. You can cut an opening in the middle of the PVC pipe and T-joint. Then glue it and assemble it. And install a plug to block it. Then fix it under the eaves with screws. Then connect the downspout. And you have a drain tank that can concentrate on the side. Cut a strand of plastic hair from the broom. Fold the cord in half and attach it to the stage. Put a piece of double-sided tape in the middle. Spread out the plastic wool and stick it evenly on the double-sided tape. And close the wires. Use a drill to twist it into a twist. You've got a tube brush. Stuff a properly sized plastic bottle into the sewer pipe. Point the pen at the height and mark it with a marker. And then you cut off the bottom with a knife. Use a red-hot screw to scald holes in the middle. Then insert the screw from the front and install the nut to fix it. Then use a red-hot fork to iron out rows of small holes in the bottom and sides. Put it in the sink drain. It is a useful filter. Pay attention to opening a hole in the plastic bottle and putting it on the oil drum to avoid the oil splashing everywhere when refueling. Then make a triangular hole in the bottle. Then we put it over a plastic hose. Wrap and fix with electrical tape. You get a fruit-picking artifact? It can use the angle of the triangle to buckle the fruit. It can help you achieve easy fruit picking. Cut the plastic bottle through the middle with a red-hot blade. Then iron a round hole in the side. Unscrew the cap and wrap tape around the mouth of the bottle so that it fits just right into the suction nozzle of the vacuum cleaner. Point the drill into the bottle so you can do it spotlessly when you're working indoors. Blanch a small hole in the middle of the bottle cap. Then make an opening at the bottleneck. Unscrew the cap and lift the bottle. Then fix the bottom of the bottle to the wooden board with screws. Put in the reel and screw on the cap. You get a payoff. Not only is the line fast, but it will not get stuck. Then use a tool to cut off the head of the plastic bottle. Put on a stick and lock a woodworking screw. Then cut off the damaged part of the broom. Fix the bottle cap on it. The damaged scan code can be repaired in good condition. Use the same bottle head. Unscrew the bottle cap first and then put it on the corner of the cloth. Then tighten the bottle cap and open a rope hole in the middle. Just put on the rope and it's a stable cloth corner knot. Make a hole in the middle of the bottle cap. You saw it down the neck. Then use a screw to cover the gasket, connect the bottle cap to the lid, and then screw on the nut to fix the back. And I made a lid handle. Cut the threaded part along the cap. Cut another opening horizontally. Screw to the wall. It's an elastic clamp. Blanch holes in the side of the bottle cap with red-hot iron nails. Remove the cap. And then into the cooled nails. It's a simple nutshell breaker. Using it to smash nuts can effectively cushion the impact of the hammer. While breaking the shell, it can also ensure the integrity of the pulp. Put a bottle head on a plastic bag. Then pull out the plastic bag and screw on the bottle cap. The plastic bag can be sealed. Cut the plastic bottle off the bottleneck. Then put it on a glass bottle. After shrinking and sealing it with a hot air blower, a new bottle mouth structure can be formed. Can be used to seal containers of different shapes according to their own needs. You can do the same thing with water pipes, but first in bare water. Wrap a few loops of tape around the tube. Make it fit the water pipe more tightly after heating and shrinking to increase sealing to avoid water leakage, so you get a simple faucet. The previous video shared when connecting the drain pipe with a rubber inner tube. Many friends have asked what to do if there is no rubber inner tube at home. In fact, you can also put half a plastic bottle on the hose and wrap it tightly with tape. Then wrap a circle of tape around the upper and lower positions of the drain pipe. Put on the plastic bottle and use a heat gun to heat and shrink. The tape can make the plastic bottle fit more tightly with the pipe. This also blocks odors and insects. In the absence of coupling, you can put 2 rubber bands on the PVC pipe, then cut off a section of plastic bottle cover in the middle. It only needs to be heated and shrunk to replace the joint for seamless connection. For the drainage hose of the washing machine, it can be directly put on for heat shrinkage. The concave and convex texture of its surface can better achieve sealing. Open 2 holes for the bottle cap according to the size of the lock ring and fix it with screws. Burn the blade red. Then cut the cap along the crack of the door while it's hot. Make the iron door open and close freely. In this way, after each lock, you only need to screw on the bottle body to avoid the lock metal tools to scald rows of small holes in the bottom of the bottle. Then use a screwdriver to make a round hole in the middle. Then cut the flat bottom off with a knife. Then use a long screw to go through the round hole and screw on the nut to fix it. Then put heat shrinkable tube or winding pad tape on the top. Make it more hands-on. And what you get is a homemade sewer filter. It can be put in the sink to filter food scraps. Can effectively prevent sewer pipe blockage. Face the roof rusted fixing screw. It's easy if you let it go. Rust through the roof can remove the rust and spray a layer of paint. And a beer bottle cap. Fill the bottle cap with glass glue. Cover it with screws to block air and water. Avoid further rust.